Thanks. Are you having great time in Poland during the convention? Okay, I wanted to share you my story and the story that can happen to anybody. So, during my studies, I wanted to earn some extra money. So I was doing events, and it was like a part job for me. And we organized 100 of events all over the Poland. And it was fun. I had some extra money. But after I graduated, I thought that I need a real business, not working on weekends or during evenings, but the normal business. And I had no experience of running the business. Nobody in my family had a company. So I didn't know how to do it. And I thought that running business will be better because I can work from 8 to 4 or 9 to 5. And my imagination about successful business was that I need to have an office, hire an employee, and put advertisement to the yellow pages. And clients will find me, will come to me, and that's how it works. But the reality was different. And if you can guess how many clients show up in the first month of running my company? 0. That was it. And I thought that I need to do something because I have an office now. I need to pay the rent. I have an employee, first employee. I need to pay him a salary. And so I need clients, and I need clients fast. So to give you perspective, to organize a budget for running the company, I talked with my client before I started the company, with my clients that I organize events for him, that I will do last events for you. I will do last events, like 8 events. I establish a company. I will send you an invoice, and then I'm done. I will do advertising. So when I organize events for him, I send him an invoice, and I rented an office, hire a graphic designer. But I never get payment for the last events because the client had some problems and he didn't pay me. So my situation was difficult because I have no money. I was broke. And to give you perspective, when the graphic designer came to my office, asked me, "Richard, where is my computer?" I said, "I brought my laptop. Can you bring yours?" And he said, "No, I'm working on PC. So in desktop, it's in my home, and I cannot bring to the office." So I had a problem because I couldn't afford a computer for him. So I spoke with my subcontractor, the print house owner. I was doing a lot of printing with him in event company, and I shared with him that I have a problem. And he said, "Richard, don't worry. The next day, computer will be at your office." And it was. And I said, "What about the payments? Don't worry. Maybe you can pay next month or 2 months from now." So I had a computer and somebody that helped me. It was weird. Somebody that I don't know is giving me computer for free that I can pay in the future. So that was my beginning of running a company. And to tell you more how I was feeling, is like that. It should be easy. I thought that running a company is easy and it's no stress at all. So I wonder, how can I get more clients? Because I had a computer but still no clients. So the print house guy had a lot of clients. And I asked him, how you do it? Clients are calling you all the time and nobody calling me. And he said, Richard, are you in the city Wednesday morning? You know that question? I thought everybody of you had this question one time. So I said, okay, I'm here. So I will invite you to a meeting of business people. We're doing business together. So I attended my very first BNI meeting 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago. And it was fun, a lot of people in suits. I didn't have a suit that time. And I didn't understand what they are doing there. But the business owners, and they talking serious about business, how can I help you, what are you looking for? So I said, okay, I can join the chapter. I don't understand what they are doing, but being around business people can help me. So that was me with hers. Wrong badge, yes, and a shiny suit that you have on weddings, but it was my only suit back then. And the induction. So I applied to the chapter. The chapter said, you can apply to the chapter. So I said, I'm in. I just need to borrow the money for membership fee. But I figured the way, and I was inducted to the chapter. So my induction was very interesting, because after I was inducted, one guy came to me and said, Richard, you are this new guy who joined the chapter? I said, yes. He said, oh no, there is no business here. I'm leaving the chapter. I left 1 week ago. I just came to say goodbye. And I said, really? And he said, what's your category? I said, marketing, websites. And said, oh no, it was my category. And it's definitely no business here for this category. So what you have done? I said, already I paid. You paid? Yes. Oh no. So I was inducted to the BNI Kings chapter. There was 14 of us. And I said, let's give it a try. So remember, I had no revenues and I have costs that I needed to sell, and I needed to sell quickly to survive. So I had a good opportunity to sell to the members. So I was coming to the members and asking, do you want a website? Maybe you need a website. I check your website. Maybe we need to do some refreshment. And people in networking were escaping from me after a few weeks. So after a couple of months, I did some small jobs, but I said it isn't enough. So I wonder, I have 6 months left of my membership. Let's try a different way. So I went to MSP. Yes. There was no MSP report back then, so. And I realized that it's giver's gain philosophy, but let's try. I don't understand it, but I tried the other way. So I start to listen to the presentation of my members, first time, that really listen, take notes, and wonder how can I help them. So I'm start to pass some of first referrals. And after a few months, some of fellow chapter members came to me and said, Richard, thank you for the referral. Can you check my website too? I said, yes, finally, I figured it out. I had some first referrals, first clients, and it was fun. I renew my membership for the next year. I paid membership, but I said, I'm working in the chapter, but chapter is small, isn't working. Members are not active. So I called the national director of Poland back then, Greg, and I said, I need to make a complaint because I renew, I paid my membership, I'm working, but the chapter isn't working. So what can you do about it? And he said, Richard, if you want to do something, I can invite you to the training in Warsaw. We will train you how the chapter works, and then you can work with the chapter and to have better business. I said, no, you don't understand. It was complaint. You need to do something. I paid. But he said, Richard, you are right. Maybe this is not the biggest chapter. Maybe this is not the active chapter. You are right. But do you want to be right, or do you want to have more business? And I said, yeah, so I want to have more business. So I came to the training, and I understood how this is a process behind this, not only breakfast and the coffee. This is a process, this is a structure, manuals, procedures, and this is a system, and there's more chapters like mine, and they're working very well. So I came back to the chapter and I said, now I understand. And I called the national director again and said, thank you for this training. Now I understand. He said, please share with me. I said, thank you, I will share. This guy is not working because he's not passing referrals. This guy is not bringing visitors. And they are late, always late. So he said, Richard, you are right. You are right, absolutely right. But do you want to be right, or do you want to have more business? I said, I want to have more business. I said, listen, can I ask you some questions? He said, please. How many visitors did you invite? I said, couple, maybe, few. Okay, how many of them joined the chapter? No, nobody joined. Okay, and how many referrals you passed? A few. And any confirmed business? No. So I said, I understand. I need to look at the mirror and start working. He said, yes, please. So, if all of your chapter members were like you, how would your chapter look like? So I said, not good. So I started to work. This is our leadership team chapter meeting, and this is our follow-up spreadsheet, visitors list for last year, and we said we need to build a chapter. But better, we need to build a power team. And how to build a power team? First, I forgot about Givers Gain philosophy, so I invited event agency, and I said, please come to the chapter and give me business. And he said, bye, maybe next time. So I thought, Givers Gain, let's give it a try. So I invited a photographer, because I had a lot of inquiries for my client when I was doing websites. The clients not always wanted to use stock photos, so I could easily offer photographer. So I invited photographer to the chapter and sit with him and said, listen, my client base, this is the list of my clients, this is the list of clients that I'm invoicing, this is the list of clients that I will visit next week. This is my proposal for the client. I can include your offer in this proposal, and we can go together to my clients. And I will help you to do some pictures for them. Are you in the chapter with me? And he said, of course. And he joined the chapter. So there was two of us. And next week, we said together, who do you want in the chapter? Social media agency. Okay, who can we invite? And next week there was 3 of us because we recruited social media agency. And the next week, the print house guy came to us and asked, what are you doing? Visitors are coming to the chapter. You're doing follow-up. What are you doing? I said, we're building a power team because we want to have more business. He asked us, do you want to help? Yes, of course. Next week, we will be inviting an event agency, and you can help us to build our power team stronger. So he did. So after a few months, we had 10 people in power team. And to make story short, we built our power team to 20 power team members from marketing and advertising. So imagine that if every of power team member shared one contact to CMO, to marketing director. It was our target client. We had 20 contacts to CMO, high-level executives in the room, so we couldn't keep up with the business. 20 CMO, how long you can get to the CMO level and be introduced. So it was amazing. I couldn't stop getting referrals, and I need to hire a lot of people to keep up with the work. So I was hiring people. I hired 100 employees in first 4 years, then another 50 in the next year. Then we built a holding with a print house, and there was almost 200 of us after 6 years. So that's the power of the power team. The King chapter grew from 14 to 80, and it was the biggest chapter in Europe. And not only the size, the thank you for the closed business skyrocketed from 10,000 US to 100,000 US per member. Yes. And this story can happen to anybody. And it did. It's not only about me. I wasn't special. I just have friends in the chapter who helped me to grow the business. So I achieved my goal, and also they achieved their goals. For example, one more story about Giver's Gain. After MSP, I said, okay, I need to work by Giver's Gain philosophy, help others. So I invited the photographer to the chapter. But he was a wedding photographer, very young guy, not so much business. And I said, okay, you have a referral to my client, next order to my client, next photos to the website, next meeting with my another client. So I was passing him referrals. And he said to me, Richard, I'm honored because 80% of my business came from you. So thank you very much. And I said, thank you, but where's the Giver's Gain? He's a wedding photographer entering the business. So I keep passing him referrals and said maybe Giver's Gain will be from other side, maybe from other member, but he was so happy to receive all the referrals and came to me, Richard, I want to help you. What do you need? I said, I need CMO visit cards, I need referrals. I don't have that contacts. Okay. And he was so eager to help me. But he couldn't. And one day, there was a conference in Poland for top executive, big guys, big companies, CMO, COO, CEO, all very big conference. The ticket was very expensive, around $1,000, so I couldn't afford to be at the conference. And the photographer came to me and said, Richard, book the date. You will be on this conference. I said, I didn't have a ticket. No worry. Book the date and please come to Warsaw for this conference. So I said, okay. When I entered the conference, there was full room, top executives, VIP seats in the front, and he introduced me to I had a name tag on the best seat. It was Richard, VIP. So I sat in this. I was the smallest guy in the room with the business. And he said, wait here. And he introduced me all the VIP people and said, this is Richard. He has the great advertising agency in Poland. You need to meet him. And he was keep introducing me the people. So I was shocked. Yes, that was a good story. And I had a lot of good talks and a lot of good contacts from there. And then I realized that if somebody wants to help you, he will find a way. He will find a way. No matter what business he is in. And no matter is he young or he's another category, it's giver's gain. If you truly help people to achieve their success, they want to give it back and to help you. So, and also, when I was growing and my company was growing, the chapter was growing, and other people had a similar story like me. They achieved the goals. The goal for the photographer was, I want to be the best business photographer in Poland, and I want to do business photos. And he was in the chapter for almost 10 years, and he achieved this goal. His name is Peter, and he is here. Peter, where are you? Doing photos on biggest BNI event, it was cool. Yes. No, you're welcome. Call me. And he did great business photos. He's one of the best Polish business photographers. He's doing pictures to the government, prime ministers, celebrities. So this story really can happen to anyone. The next guy from our chapter, we had many stories in the chapter like this, but there was another guy in the chapter, the print house guy. He helped me with the computer. The computer was sent by a chapter member who want to help. And he is a really giver. He wants to help. And he invited me to the chapter. Then he helped to build a business. And he's also here. Matthew, stand up. Please, stand up. Stand up. So he's really a giver. He helped a lot of people. And so when I had an opportunity to build a company, we combined our companies together and we built a promo holding together. And when I had the opportunity to running a region in Krakow, I asked Matthew, can you do it with me? And when I had opportunity to run Poland, BNI Poland, I said, Matthew, can you help me? So giver's gain. And also this story can happen to anyone. The last, thank you, Matthew, for inviting me to BNI meeting. Yes. I can keep going with these stories. This is only from BNI Kings chapter. We have many stories like this, and you have many stories like this in your countries. The last story of our lawyer. When I entered the chapter, he was a legal trainee, and he cannot even represent clients by the court yet. He was trainee, but his dream was to be a partner on a big law firm in Krakow. So he was in the chapter. Remember, our chapter wasn't so big back then, 14 members, but he heard that BNI is international. So he said, okay, let's give it a try. And he went to the German conference, regional or national, I don't remember, but he went to Germany to network with people in this country. And after, when he was on the conference, some lawyer approached him and said, "Are you working in Poland?" "Yes." "It's good, because we are in the European Association of Lawyers, and we don't have anybody in Poland, so you can represent us if you want, and we'll be sending deals and clients for you in Poland, and you from Poland will be sending to Germany." And a couple weeks later, they visit him in Krakow, they sign a deal, and he gets tons of referrals and business, and he became a partner in one of the best lawyer firm in Krakow. So he also achieved his goals. So all the people in our chapter who work together by Givers Gain, collaborate together, achieve their goals. So that's the power of BNI, that's the power of the chapter, and that's the power of power teams. To wrap it up, I have some questions for you. Who is responsible for building the power team in your chapter? Because I thought first that my director is responsible. Then, no, regional director. He knows better. Maybe national director. I paid. And maybe Ivan is responsible. Yeah, he can help. He found this organization. But when I understood that this is my sole responsibility, and if I build my power team, I know who should be in the chapter, and I know how to invite, and I know how to talk with somebody, so it's my responsibility. It's my privilege to choose the people that will be sitting with me every week, and if I can do it, my business will grow. So please remember who is responsible for building a power team in your chapter, and probably it's you. So it's good news, you can do it. Next question. Do you want to be right, or do you want to have more business? Because, BNI is people business, and we have different stories, and most of the time you're right. You're right, but don't waste time on this. Just focus on the business, focus on the solution, and it helps, and business grow. And if all of your chapter members were like you, how would your chapter look like? That's a tough question. That's a tough question because you need a mirror, you need a pulse report, and it was tough for me. But when you realize if everybody would do the same, is your chapter would be the biggest, the best, the most professional, and you can do it. You can do it, but you need to start from you. So I forgot about my time is running up, but I forgot about the second title of my presentation. Thank you. So I encourage you, if you build a great power team, the revenue stream will be massive. You will get tons of referrals. And if you don't know what to do with extra money, you can buy a car. Thank you. Thank you.